You've probably seen it everywhere lately. That incredibly vibrant, almost neon purple color taking over the culinary world. But today, we're unearthing the real story behind this widely misunderstood tuber. We're breaking down the anatomy of a true superfood, ube.
So let's start with a really important question. Is your neon purple ube latte actually a health drink? I mean, are all those trendy, totally photogenic treats popping up all over your feed actually delivering the incredible health benefits you might have heard about? Well, let's find out.
Okay, let's dive into this because right behind those beautiful Instagram-worthy aesthetics lies a seriously impressive medicinal matrix. The whole global shift toward functional nutrition is really all about finding specific plant-based compounds that actively fight chronic disease. And as you'll see, the true whole ube root is absolutely packed with them. To get to the bottom of this, here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll tackle the purple dessert myth. Then we'll learn how to actually identify the real ube, dive into its medicinal purple powerhouse matrix, look at how it manages your blood sugar, and finally, we'll cover the exact science of how to prepare it at home. All right, part 1, the purple dessert myth, separating the tubers from the treats. We really need a quick reality check right out of the gate here. If you take 100 grams of steamed raw ube, you're looking at exactly 0 grams of sugar. 0. But traditional ube halaya jam, that packs a massive 42 grams of sugar for the exact same amount. While ube in its natural state is a literal nutritional superfood, modern jams, cakes, and ice creams are usually loaded with condensed milk and butter. So definitely treat the jam as a delicious dessert, not a medicinal food. Moving right along to part 2, identifying the real ube, the botanical identity crisis. Let's clear up some major grocery store confusion, because it happens all the time. True ube, scientifically known as Dioscorea elata, is actually a monocot from the yam family. It has this rough, bark-like skin and negligible sugar. Now, in stark contrast, you have purple sweet potatoes, like the Okinawan sweet potato. Those are Ipomoea batatas. They are dicots from the morning glory family. They have very thin skin, and if you cut them raw, they actually ooze this white, gummy latex. So despite having similar colors, they are fundamentally different plants. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how ube stands out when you compare it directly to Okinawan sweet potatoes and taro. Its primary antioxidants are acylated anthocyanins, which is a big deal, and we'll get into that in just a second. Plus, it has incredibly low raw sugar and very low sodium. Even texturally, it's totally unique. Ube is dense and slightly sticky, whereas sweet potatoes are a lot drier, and taro is incredibly creamy, kind of like a standard white potato. Which brings us to part 3. The medicinal purple powerhouse, inside the nutrient matrix. So let's talk about anthocyanins. These are the powerful, water-soluble antioxidants that give ube its deep, royal purple color. But here is the real kicker. In ube, these anthocyanins, specifically cyanidin and peonidin, are acylated. What does that mean? It means they're tightly bound with organic acids, which gives them incredible chemical stability. Because of this, they actually survive heat much better during cooking, and they are remarkably potent at neutralizing free radicals to protect your cells from oxidative stress and inflammation. And beyond just that gorgeous color, raw ube really offers a highly potent medicinal matrix. It acts as an absolute antioxidant powerhouse, significantly lowering the risk of chronic conditions like heart disease. It's also incredibly rich in resistant starch. That's the stuff that travels straight to your large intestine to feed the good bifidobacteria in your gut. Live studies even show it might act like an ACE inhibitor to help lower blood pressure, all while protecting the insulin-producing cells in your pancreas. Throw in a massive dose of vitamin C, about 40% of your daily value per cup, along with 13% of your daily potassium, and you've got a root that actively supports your brain, your heart, and your digestive tract. It's honestly amazing. Okay, part 4, managing your blood sugar, a clinical summary from metabolic health. So, the crucial point here really comes down to the number 24. That is the incredibly low glycemic index, or GI, of boiled ube. Think about that for a second. Despite being a starchy root vegetable, its unique blend of fiber and resistant starch severely slows the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. This completely prevents those sharp, dangerous insulin spikes. If we break down the clinical data, boiled ube sits firmly in the low metabolic classification, with a GI right around 22 to 41. Now compare that to a boiled white yam, which sits up at 73, or a baked white potato, which clocks in at a massive 111. This right here is exactly why ube is the absolute superior starchy root for glucose management. And get this, you can actually biohack your ube to make it even more diabetic friendly. It's through a really cool process called retrogradation. Basically, when you cook and then cool the ube, the starches physically realign themselves into a crystalline structure. This creates what's known as type 3 resistant starch. It is much harder for your body to digest, which effectively lowers the glycemic impact of your meal even further. How cool is that? All right, our final section, part 5, how to prepare ube, preserving the bioactive compounds. Now listen closely because all of these incredible medicinal benefits can be completely destroyed if you cook the tuber incorrectly. Please, I beg you, avoid those popular microwave hacks. Microwaving and frying create these intense, high-heat hotspots that irreversibly destroy those precious anthocyanins and completely oxidize the pigments. It ruins it. Instead, gentle steaming is the scientifically proven method here. It retains up to 90% of the native pigments and prevents all those amazing water-soluble nutrients from just leaching out. So here is the precise lab-validated culinary protocol you want to follow. Step 1, steam the tuber whole, entirely unpeeled, for 8 minutes. That rough, bark-like skin actually acts as a barrier to lock those pigments in. Step 2, take it out, peel it, and cut it into uniform 3/4-inch cubes. Getting that specific size allows for rapid internal temperature equilibrium. Step 3, put those cubes back in to steam for another 18 to 22 minutes. And finally, step 4, if you're making a puree, add just a 1/4 teaspoon of calamansi juice per 500 grams of ube. This little trick buffers the pH to a nice, stable 5.2, which keeps that vibrant violet hue super bright and stable. Oh, and a quick kitchen chemistry tip for you. Whatever you do, avoid using aluminum pots. The natural acids present in ube will actually cause the aluminum to leach, which dulls your beautiful purple color and introduces these nasty metallic off flavors. Nobody wants that. Definitely stick to enameled cast iron or stainless steel. And if you're saving some of your ube prep for later, try to store it in amber glass. This blocks UV light and stops the anthocyanins from degrading. One last really actionable tip for you here, especially if you're aiming to make a healthier vegan ube mash or a low-sugar halaya, skip the butter. Seriously, at high temperatures, the milk solids in butter actually brown and introduce these weird, bitter notes. Just use refined coconut oil instead. It'll give you a super clean flavor and this absolutely beautiful sheen. So we've explored the incredible botanical science, the deeply potent anthocyanins, the fantastic blood sugar benefits, and the exact methods you need to prepare it properly. After seeing all of this, let me ask you, are you ready to trade the sugary purple donuts for the true medicinal power of the whole ube root? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.